I'm Rick Rebusel, Principal Consultant of Business Transition Consulting. Dynamic planning allows businesses to make good decisions quickly. Many business owners think that planning is another word for acting slowly, but it doesn't have to be that way. I see too many businesses not planning because they don't prioritize the time. And that is just a misplaced concern. And it's not the best practice for businesses. Quality decisions are important for business success. And quality decisions can be made quickly when a business uses dynamic planning. Planning is decision making. And consistent planning is practicing decision making. It figures that the more decision making you do, the better you're going to be in making decisions. For no other reason, planning is important for that reason. Planning is really about setting goals, taking actions to meet those goals, evaluating the progress of those actions, and then refining or revising the goals as may be appropriate based on the progress made. The key element is that businesses that continually make good decisions are businesses that are more likely to be profitable. And in order to make consistent good decisions, the business needs a decision-making policy. Now, this policy is something that should come into effect every time an important decision is to be made. We know generally that to make a good decision, you need to accumulate knowledge about the decision to be made. You need to involve independent people who have knowledge and experience, who can give you different perceptions of ways to act and options for the decision. And then you also need input from those who are going to be implementing the decision or who are affected by the decision. Since business success is really defined by profitability, and good decisions continuously made create profitability, the basic aspect of good decision making is that it's not the product of one person. It does require a group. This group needs to be well-informed, independent, affected by the decision, and experienced. Now, some owners worry that if you have a group involved in decision making, it will undercut the authority or the responsibility of the person who is designated to make the decision. But this simply isn't the case. Listening to other people does not delegate authority or responsibility. Involvement of a group doesn't mean that you're allowing a vote or asking the members of the group to decide. This can be made clear, and there really shouldn't be any misunderstanding about that. But here's the key item. When you involve a group, especially those who are going to be carrying out the decision, they become invested in the process. And this is true even if the decision made is not the decision that they would have made. Group decision making improves the quality of decision making in selecting goals but it also produces higher quality decisions on what actions to be taken to meet the goals. So, once again, that team building effect of utilizing a group, of listening to the people who are going to take the actions to meet the goals, will be a team building policy. Part of the decision making involves the action to be taken to meet goals and deciding how to monitor the progress of the results of the action taken. Now, many times the monitoring process is nothing more than setting milestones or setting out places where activity will be reached and noted. But it can be more complicated. It can be more precise. It can involve certain metrics and other measurements, very frequent measurements. But the important aspect of it is that the progress be shared on the format of the dynamic plan, so that all involved see the progress and understand it. Now, with the dynamic planning format, where everyone does see what's going on, the actions taken and the progress reached, then plans can be changed quickly because the dynamic planning format provides a knowledge base for making a decision. Policymakers, as well as those in charge of executing the plan, will know when plan goals become unreasonable. The litmus test of the format of a plan is that when the producers executing the plan know a goal is unreasonable, the policymakers will also know that the goal is unreasonable. And at that point, they will know to revise the goal. There really isn't anything so toxic to a team than to have an unreachable goal and not have that goal revised. So the format of the dynamic plan needs to be written and needs to be communicated to all involved. This will mean that the goals of the plan are known to all stakeholders, and that the actions to be taken will be clearly communicated and identified. Monitoring will exist, and the results of the monitoring will be part of the plan format that will be known up and down the line. Revisions then made by the policymakers will immediately be made and known. The fact that there is a dynamic plan format provides what is required for effective, good decision making on a consistent basis. That's because the essential knowledge base to make the decision is contained in the plan format. Now, this format can be as simple as a spreadsheet. There's nothing wrong with that. It works very, very well. The spreadsheet is available to all that need to look at it. It can be filled in, revised, manipulated as necessary. But there are a number of business communication software products like Microsoft's Teams that also can be used very effectively as a dynamic plan format. In these times of economic uncertainty, it's the nimble business that is going to be the business that succeeds and stays in business. And the nimble business is going to have a decision-making group. It's going to have a decision-making policy that enables that group to make good decisions based on the practice of continuously having a written plan involving goals, actions, monitoring, and of course the dynamic plan format. In these times of economic uncertainty, a business needs to be nimble and make good decisions. The business that survives is going to have a dynamic plan format, and that will be the source of that business's success. Now, the elements of that plan are going to be that it's written, continuously communicated, it utilizes group decision making, the actions taken are going to be monitored on the format of the plan, immediately available to policymakers who will revise unreasonable goals as appropriate. I thank you for watching this video.